for as long as I could remember, I always knew that I would be a midwife. I didn't know why or how, I just knew that I would always be a midwife. And I became that. And I lived and breathed midwifery for 10 years. It was my passion. It was the blood that ran through my veins. And I held the space of birth for women in the biggest transformation that they experience in their lifetime, to hold space for them to physically birth souls into this physical existence. And that was such an incredible sacred thing to witness time and time and time again. And then, as with most things in life, I could see that I was shifting and that something was changing in me. And I also had this belief that I needed to suffer before I could awaken. And because of that, I experienced my dark night of the soul. And I experienced a witch hunt. In this day and age, they are alive, and I went through it because I believed, and I held this belief that I needed to sacrifice a part of myself in order to rebirth myself in my spiritual work. So I went through 12 months of the dark night of my soul. I was broken down into the darkest, deepest parts of myself and experienced things that I never thought were possible. And I was being persecuted for the midwife that I was. I was being persecuted for the midwife who recognized birth as sacred and held space for that. And through that, I found my spirituality and my courage as a spiritual woman, and that is what got me through. I could have turned to prescription drugs, I could have signed up to 10 years of psychology, I could have done a million and one things that was offered to me, but my heart called for the spiritual mentor, and she presented herself to me, and that transformed me. That showed me the courage that I had to step forward every day and step through my dark night of the soul to the other side, where I discovered this whole other part of me, which allowed me to birth the Temple of She. It allowed me to take the sacred space of birth and transform it into a sacred space for women birthing everything in their life, not just babies. Yoni massage fell into my lap, literally, and transformed my relationship with my own sexuality. I went on retreats to explore that further, where I realized that my biggest fear in life was to get uncomfortable. I didn't want to get uncomfortable because I was terrified that I would be hurt, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. And I knew that's where I had to go. I knew that I had to get uncomfortable to keep growing and to keep offering what I am now offering. So in the last 2 years, my life has transformed. And I have gone from a midwife now to the Queen of Temple of She. And I hold this space for you to come and explore everything that I offer. And explore yourself, most importantly, and to find that same courage that I found in myself, because by God, I have it. I know that every single woman out there has this incredible power within her, that she can transform herself, her life, her work, everything that she wants to, by activating this power in herself.